So we have Swivl Teams loaded on the iPad, attached to the Swivl robot. The power button is right here, and the green light indicates that the robot, the base, is connected to the device, which is an iPad. The green light next to the plus sign indicates that the device is connected to the marker. As you may have noticed, the marker guides the robot. So as I move my mark around, Swivl will follow. So I can back up further across the room here, and I can actually walk away, and you can see the robot will follow me. It's following the marker technically. And then if I wanted to pause tracking to have the robot stay in one spot, I would click on the center button, and you see it says tracking off, so I can move over here, and the marker's not being tracked. But as soon as I click the center button, tracking is on, and Swivl is looking for the marker, which is in my hand. I can record a video on Swivl by clicking on the appropriate button on the side of the marker, which is the red circle. Then on our Swivl, we see a message. You don't have to do this every single time, but this is the first time I'm using Swivl Teams with this iPad. So we are going to click OK. And so yes, Swivl can allow the microphone and the camera. Right. So now you can see me, and we are recording, it seems. Yep. So I'm moving about the room. Swivl's following me. Let's pause the tracking by clicking this center button here. Tracking is paused, so now I go over here. And let's turn tracking back on. And Swivl's looking for me. Over here, buddy. This sensor here in the front is how it detects the marker. So the marker kind of has to be within the range of that sensor. Also, on the top of the marker, we have a microphone. So whoever's holding the microphone or wearing with the provided lanyard, their audio will be captured clearly in the video. Also, in the upper left-hand corner of the video, we'll see we have the robot on the right is connected, and so is the marker on the left. It's also connected. We also can use other markers within our video. So I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to leave the title, the default, which is date and time, and click done. This is going to record into my library, which you can access on your desktop computer, which I will show you in person during the training. Now let me grab one of the other markers. Okay, so I have a second marker. There's 4 that come with the device. I have the second marker. We're going to power this on. Now the red light is showing me it's not paired yet. And over here, it says on screen, it tells me what to do. Dock your marker into the back of the robot base to update the firmware. The firmware is basically tells the firmware on the marker, tells it how to operate with the robot. So we go to back, and we have to line up the gold metal electrodes with the same in the docking station. Push it down. Now in the front, we see the Swivl is updating the marker, and that should take several more seconds. So let's pause and fast forward to when it's updated. Okay, so our second marker is updated. Let's turn it back on. Press and hold the button for probably 2 or 3 seconds. There we go. And now we had a message on the screen, it said marker connected. And the light is green, so we're good to go. So let's try recording a video with this one. Okay, so that's not allowing me to record. Let's try with this one. So the primary marker has the green light over record as well as power. So when I press that, you see my screen changes. You also see in the upper right-hand corner, it shows two markers are connected. So your primary marker is going to be the marker that you use to actually start the recording of your video. And let's turn tracking back on. So I'm using my primary marker right now. Oops. There we go. I had the wrong marker. They look exactly the same. So, primary marker is causing the swivel to move. But what about the secondary marker? Swivel does not follow the secondary marker. Here's the primary marker. So, you're probably wondering, what is the function of the second marker? Primarily, using the microphone, so I could be wearing the second marker on a lanyard or holding it and using it, so if I'm in a different part of the room participating in the lesson, my voice will come out just as clear in the video as the person utilizing the primary marker. And a side note about markers, this was the secondary marker. I returned the primary marker to the docking station in the back of the robot. And since that marker is inactive, this second marker is now acting as the primary marker and causing the swivel to move and find the marker. So we just recorded a few videos while we were messing around with the swivels and demonstrating how the markers interact with the robot, etc. The videos are recorded on the iPad, on the device connected to the robot, and now we're going to access them on my PC. You should see here on the screen the Teams sign-in. But first, before I get to that point, I will point out that I received 2 emails. And here's just a quick screenshot of those. That says my video called this, I didn't change the name in the device, has been processed and uploaded. So you'll get a notification when your video is ready to go. So now we're going to log into Teams with our Google account. Then the videos that we just recorded show up when I click videos, and here they are. So we can click on this, and so I press that, you see my screen changes. You also see that upper right-hand corner, it shows, you can see what I just recorded from the perspective of the robot. Your swivel comes with a few cables that can be used for charging. So the cable that contains this large barrel and a full-size USB connector on one end connects to the power and back of the robot. So that plugs in there. And then this USB end connects to the underside of this plug. Now there's 3 different ports. You're going to plug it into the port all the way to the left. And then the other 2 ports can be utilized for charging the markers. So the marker that's in the base will charge, but you can charge the remaining markers using the provided barrel head cable. So what you would do is connect each marker, connects into there. There's one, push all the way in. Here's another one, push all the way in. So both are connected. Then take the full-size USB end and plug it into one of the remaining USB ports on the bottom of the plug. And I have one already set up because 2 of these barrel cables come with it. So I can plug this dongle into the remaining port. And then plug it here and plug them in so everything can charge.